I've played a lot of different Iron Man accounts from Area Locked to Chunk Locked and even a few hardcores, but there's still one kind of Iron Man I've never really taken a crack at. So come and watch me as I fumble my way through this new adventure and see what kind of challenges are waiting for me. My name is EmperorWlnut and this is my Ultimate Iron Man series. Hey everyone and welcome back for episode 3. I'm on my very last plank run before I hit level 48, so all I have to do is hop inside, build a few more larders, and I am all done with this grind. Once I finish up and get everything taken care of, I'm going to have to head back to blackjacking, or I was actually thinking I might give Arty Knights a try now that I'm level 62 thieving. We'll see how much I fail at that, but I'm going to need to build a little bit of cash back up because the costume room is going to run me 50k, plus I'm going to have to pay for all the extra planks to build all the containers, but once I have that all taken care of, then it'll finally be time to decide what exactly I want to go after next. There are a few things a few sets I want to complete to gather up and toss inside. Like obviously I have my rogues. I would kind of like to finish Graceful, even though I know everyone says it's a noob trap, but I don't care. I want to finish it anyway just to have the Graceful set done and over with. Plus, I mean the extra agility levels will just help anyway. I also want to complete full Mystic, which I can toss inside. I originally was just going to do the salad robes, but I could get 40 magic easily enough, and I really should progress that anyway so I can get access to high alching. But one more second. This will be the last larder, and yep, that's level 48. So yeah, now I can build every container in the costume room that I need, and I can get that all taken care of once I have the cash for it. But yeah, other than those few sets I mentioned, I also want to go for Void, but I'm going to have to get my stats up a little bit for that, only because you need to be, I'm pretty sure it's level 70 combat to use the second boat to earn a few more points, because doing it one game at a time would be just pure torture. I would have to do like quite a few thousand games to get all 3 helmets and the void pieces, so yeah, I'm going to head back to thieving and get some cash, and then we'll decide what's going to happen next. Okay, now that I've got the gold and the planks, I can go ahead and throw together the costume room. So once I have this all taken care of and I put away my rogues pieces, my graceful, and I did get another camo top, the next thing I'm going to do is work towards a couple of quests now that my inventory is going to be a bit more cleared out, because, well, I don't mind death piling now that I'm more familiar with the mechanics. I'd rather have just a safe place to store a lot of this stuff. So a couple of the quests I'm going to take care of that are going to need me to either have no inventory or a very limited inventory are going to be Lost City, Waterfall, and Recruitment Drive. I'm also going to do Priest in Peril because I need to unlock Port Phasmatis, because I want to do the crafting method where, you run soda ash and buckets of sand from the docks to the furnace, which is a very short trip. And then I'm going to get to, I need 30, it's either 31 or 36 for Lost City to craft the Draymond branches into a staff. I think it's 31, but either way, that's going to be one of the first things to do. Plus, Priest in Peril just unlocks all the Mauritania, so that's something I definitely want to do, because there's just a whole bunch of content over there that I'd love to unlock, like farming patches, a few teleports. I despite how much I love Barrows, I actually don't know. I don't need the toy box anyway. But anyway, I actually don't know if I'll do Barrows anytime soon. Like, I know there's a couple of pieces that would be pretty essential for future like PVMing content, but I mean I'm pretty far off from that to begin with, so I guess I don't really need to worry about it. But at least now I can finally put this stuff away. So I think the rogues goes in the armor case, either the armor or the costume case, I think. Let's just see. And yeah, it is the rogues. Fantastic. So that is the very first complete set. So there are a lot of very useful things in here that I'll want to store eventually, like the Shazian armor for Lizardman Shamans. The Proselyte armor just has a ton of uses because of the prayer bonus. All the skilling outfits like the Prospectors and the others. The Obsidian armor I'll get eventually when I get my first fire cape, which hopefully I guess won't take too long. I guess that's more gear dependent than it is anything else. That's probably all I want to focus on for now as far as the armor case goes. Let's see, is the fancy dress boxes for random event items, we can toss that in there. And then I forgot about the warning, because I'm not going to be able to take it back out, which is fine. So, yeah, it's fine, just put it in there. Yep, that's fine, and yep, that's fine. Because I know I'll have to get the rest of it before I can take it back out of the chest, which is, I don't know, I think that's kind of a weird limitation on Ultimate Iron Man. I guess I get it, because it just helps, with inventory clutter, but I don't know, It's still kind of weird to me. And then can I build, I guess I have 2 spare planks. Can I build the cape rack? No, why did I have these 2 planks? Maybe I thought I could build a toy box, but either way, so I'm glad I'm done with all of that. Now I have all this stuff put away, so I'm going to go ahead and get to work on Priest in Peril so I can unlock Port Phasmatis. Okay, I've got the last of the 25 essence here, so this should be done. Yep, done with Priest in Peril. Now I'm probably going to go ahead and do... I'm thinking the Waterfall quest, because there's only one part of it where you go into the tomb to get the, I think the urn and whatever the other item is, that you only have to worry about not having any items on you. Like, you can't bring any combat gear. I think it said jewelry is okay, but probably not the magic amulet. So, as far as I know, it's not very big. My stuff will stay on the ground for a few minutes, so... Instead of death piling and running back to Artie, I'm probably just going to drop everything right outside the tomb, run in, get the stuff, and come back out. That way I can pick my stuff up. So I got to go pick up some runes and some rope for the quest, and then I can go ahead and get on it. Okay, so now that I'm outside the tomb, I can head in real quick with the pebble and get this all taken care of. The good thing is, I can take the book in with me. I thought I was going to have to leave it out because I was worried it counted as like a combat item. But I hopped in real quick just to double check, because you can't drop this. It only has a destroy option, and I didn't want to do that while it still had teleports on it. So, also I didn't need the rope. I kind of forgot I already did that part of the quest. So I'm hoping I can drop all of this fast enough to get in and out. I mean, if I can't, I'm not really losing anything crazy. Like, it'd just be annoying to have to get another crossbow, but I don't even really need that one I have now. So I'm really just hoping I can get this done fast enough. Yep, wasn't even close, honestly. For some reason, I thought that tomb was bigger. I might have been mistaking it for the Waterfall dungeon, because that one is definitely a lot bigger than Galariel's tomb. But, oh good, at least now I can move on and get the quest finished up. So, I thought I messed up because I haven't done this quest in a long time, and it went through like a cutscene of a whirlpool sucking me out and all that, and I ended up outside the Waterfall. So, the quest helper told me to go gather the amulet and the runes again, so I did all that. And I just got back to the cave, and now all it says I have to do is just use the urn on the chalice. I don't know. I thought I tried that before. It didn't work. I'm going to try it this time and really hope it works. Because if it doesn't, I'm going to have to run through... Okay, there you go. It worked. I don't know what got messed up the first time, but whatever. At least the quest is done now. Which also puts me all the way up at 30 strength. Actually, what combat level does that push me up to? Okay, 43. So I can at least use the pest control teleport now, just in case I need to get to Port Sarim faster. But... okay, that's another quest down, and since I did Priest in Peril, I can go to Port Phasmatis, and I'm probably going to go ahead and just get it on the crafting grind so I can get it up to do Lost City. I wanted to do the Observatory quest and another quest for some free crafting XP, and I just happened to notice this NPC here. I've just been, like, staring at this dude for 2 minutes, which, admittedly, is probably pretty weird of me, but, like, I don't know if this is on purpose or who animated this, but goddamn. And there's the Observatory quest done. The 2250 crafting XP is really nice because that'll bump me up to, 22. So that'll be just a few more glass items I'm not going to have to make. I was also kind of bummed out because I was hoping for the Constellation reward that gives you a black two-hander. It's the most valuable reward that I just wanted to sell off. So, I mean, I guess I can carve up the Uncut Sapphire for a little XP and maybe save it for a recoil ring. Or, actually, no. I could maybe save it and make my first games necklace when I have everything to enchant it. That'd be a nice free teleport. So I just have to go do Murder Mystery for a little more crafting XP, then I'll probably head over to Port Phasmatis. Another quest done and 1400 crafting XP for it. Also, I lied. I'm also going to go do Nature Spirit real quick. It's a pretty fast and easy quest that I can do in Mauritania that offers 3000 more crafting XP, which, I mean, it's basically no effort. It'll get me up to level 27, so just... I was looking for any more quests I could do with easy experience. There's like 1 or 2 more, but just the materials I'd have to get and the time it would take to do the quest would kind of defeat the purpose, in my opinion. So Nature Grotto is probably going to be it. Then I'll actually get to crafting. And there's the last quest for now with Nature's Grotto. That'll bump me up just a few more crafting levels. Now I can finally head over to Port Phasmatis and get the crafting underway. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. I'll probably have to go get some more gold, though. Just a couple trips to the charter ship, and there's 31 crafting, so now I can head off and do the Lost City. This is another quest I've not done for a very long time, and I just forgot how tedious this fight is. And I'm getting through it easily enough. I bought way too many runes, but still, this just sucks. So being the genius that I am, I didn't have my mic turned on when I recorded the clip the first time, so there's Lost City done. I was actually looking at Fairy Tale Part 1, and the only actual challenge is going to be killing Tangleroot, which apparently you can flinch with the magic secateurs, so I'm going to give it a try to see if I can complete the quest, because you don't actually need the stat requirements for Fairy Tale Part 2 to unlock fairy rings. You just have to get, my friend says it's like maybe 10 or 15 minutes worth of content into the quest. Then I'd have one of the best teleport systems in the entire game unlocked, which would just make this so much easier for me. So I think I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot. This is one part of the quest I was worried about, because it gives you a list of 3 random items you have to get, but this is actually entirely doable, because you can get Nature Talisman from the little like leeches in the Abyss, the Avanto and the Iron Herbs. I'm actually just going to go down to the Chaos Druids under Edgeville and kill them until I get it, because I figure it's low enough wilderness and I have literally nothing of value on me, so if I get PK'd, oh darn, no big deal. And then I don't have to worry about the herb lore level, because down in Narda, there is an NPC here who, if you pay, I think it's like maybe 200-300 gold per herb, she'll just clean them for you, and you don't have to have the level requirement for it. So yeah, I was pretty concerned about this part, because there are a few items that I'd have to wait a really long time to get, but I lucked out pretty good here. That wasn't too bad at all. It only took 38 Chaos Druids to get the Iron and the Avanto Leaf. I got a Raynar that I want to keep. I might start noting those now. Like, I know it probably wouldn't be the best idea to take up the inventory. Actually, no, now that I think about it, I still have to do recruitment drive, but I can always death pile the rest of this stuff. They'll probably lose I might lose the looting bag. I don't know if that stays if you death pile. I'd imagine as long as I don't destroy it, it will, but either way, I got the herbs pretty fast, and now I just have to go to the Abyss and get my Nature Talisman. Alright, so this took me a little while to set up. I also had to buy like some melee gear just to be safe. I mean, it's nice because it doesn't affect my range bonus too badly, but my main is actually standing underneath me right now, body blocking all of the weird, like, radish-looking Abyss Walkers. That way I can sit here and pop the leeches for a while, because the only way I'm going to be able to get a Nature Talisman is either from them or Guardians of the Rift, and I really do not want to do Guardians of the Rift, so I'm going to hang out here for a while. Oh my god, finally. This actually didn't take like a ton of kills. It only took me, I'll probably throw the little loot table up on screen when I do this clip, but it only took me about 300 kills. But the shitty thing was, it was a 1 in 128 to get the Nature Talisman. I hit the Mind Talisman, the Chaos, and the Cosmic, a combined total of 10 times, and I hit the Elemental Talisman, which is a 1 in 256, before I finally got this damn Nature Talisman. But it's over, I can leave, and I can go finish Fairy Tale Part 1, well, at least as soon as I kill Tangleroot. Okay, so I'm finally at the Tangleroot fight, and this is pretty much how I'm going to have to do it. This little portion of the room here, for whatever reason, if you step over it, he doesn't follow you, and he completely loses aggro, so I'm just going to have to keep bouncing back and forth, and hopefully take him down before too long. Oh yeah, this fight was way easier than I thought it was going to be. My max hit sucks because my farming level is only 11, but either I'm just getting really lucky, or you just flat out can't hit a 0 on him when you're using the magic secateurs. So yeah, I'll actually have this fight over pretty quick. This wasn't too bad at all. Alright, that's Tanglefoot down. Now I can go turn in the Queen Secateurs, and I'll be done with this, and I'll be able to move on to Fairy Tale Part 2. The other nice little thing about doing this quest too is with being able to keep this Paramagic Secateurs, I can actually store these at a tool leprechaun, like I could have that absolute mountain of compost that I just threw away for no reason. I am very happy that a few people pointed that out to me. I'm definitely going to pay better attention to stuff like that going forward. But now it's on to part 2. Okay, and just after, yeah, my friend was right, about 10 to 15 minutes or so of just waiting for the Master Farmer to talk to me and getting back to Zenaris, I can now unlock fairy rings. I am legitimately super excited for this, because while I'm not going to have access to a lot of like jewelry teleports and, until I get my magic level up to, kind of combine all the teleports together, these fairy rings are going to get me all over and just cut down on my running time and any other form of transportation I'm going to have to take just by a ridiculous amount. I mean, now I have a reliable route to places like Canifis and Mauritania and just so many other places I can go with fairy rings. So I think, I don't know if I have to do these ones first. I think I can just go. I guess I'm going to find out. Will it? Oh, is that the home coordinates? Okay, well, let's see. I don't know. I guess I'll just there. Okay, the Tower of Life. I guess I'll just go. I can't think of any off the top of my head. Yeah, that's it. I don't have to do the quest anymore. Fairy rings are officially unlocked to me, and now, oh man, I honestly don't know what I want to do now. This is what I was pushing for this last little while, and I really wanted to get this done. Actually, no, I do know what I want to do. I have been running around this whole time, and I have yet to do Druidic Ritual, so I can actually unlock Herblore. So you know what? I think we're going to go take care of that next. I'm so used to flinching this stupid bear on all my Snowflake accounts. It's crazy how fast it is just to kill it outright. Just about to finish Druidic Ritual, and then I think I'm going to go ahead and move on to Recruitment Drive. I did think of a few more quests I want to get done. I'm kind of just on a spree at this point. Like, it's so nice to see my quest points just keep, racking up, so yeah, I think I'll go ahead and take care of Recruitment Drive after I dump all this stuff off on a death pile. And after that, there's a few more quests I want to take care of. I haven't really decided which one's going to come after Recruitment Drive, though. So, slight detour. I forgot I have to do Black Knight's Fortress. So, I have to come back to Falador and get my stuff, and I'll have to run off and gather up everything for that quest. It's really easy and short, so I'll be back here in no time. I've never actually gotten a good look at this fox model before when I've done this quest. And you know what? When we get Forestry, this absolutely needs to be a pet. We have the Hound Dog from Master Clues. It's probably roughly the same size. So come on, Jagex, give us the fox. I kind of wasn't paying attention to the quest helper the first time around, so I actually goofed this part up. I used the wrong weapon, but we're done with that now, and this was the last challenge, so I'm just about to be done with the quest here in a few seconds. After this, I was kind of thinking about pushing towards I was actually thinking about animal magnetism because it'd be nice to have the backpack to make range training a lot easier. So I think that might be the next quest I go ahead and shoot for. Just had to make a quick stop at the Varrock Museum. Part of animal magnetism is I'm going to need level 18 Slayer. So doing the quick kudos thing knocks out level 9, and then I can head over to, Turiel over in Burthorpe. I forget what his name is. I haven't seen him in so long, but I can go ahead and get my very first Slayer task. That's not a bad first task, honestly. I'm going to have to look around. I think there's got to be some high-level ones I could even safe spot with the bone crossbow, so that way I'd get a little more XP out of the kills for this first task. I severely doubt it'll get me to 18, but maybe if I find the right skeletons, it just might, so I'm going to have to look around and see which ones I can find. I checked a few places like the Waterfall dungeon and the Edgeville dungeon because there's a few level 45 skeletons down there, but the problem is there's nowhere I can safe spot them, and yeah, I could pray melee and then just run and get my prayer points recharged, but I'm just going to sit here and kill the ones over the ditch, so I'll have to do another Slayer task after this one, but I think probably 2 tasks will still get me to 18. That's the last skeleton of the task. Sadly, it only dropped me off just below level 13 Slayer, so I'm absolutely going to have to go grab a second task. Depending on what he gets me, if I get really unlucky and get bears, goblins, cows, or something, I might actually have to do a 3rd or 4th task, but we're going to find out. Yeah, sadly, it is going to have to take another task after this one. The 40 cave crawlers is only going to get me 880 experience, and I need roughly 1700 to hit level 18, so before I go fight them, though, because I think they are safe spottable, but there is a spot near the observatory where a super anti-poison spawns, so I'm going to run over there real quick, grab a few of those. Then I can just fairy ring up to the Slayer Cave and get this one knocked out. Okay, done with cave crawlers. I only got to level 15 Slayer, so I'm going to have to go do a 3rd task. Or I think there is a quest I can do that I looked at last night that'll give me 1,000 flat Slayer XP. It wouldn't be enough to get to 18, but it would be very, very close. So let's go ahead and head it off and get that last task. It took me like a solid minute to even fathom what counts as a bird in this game. I have never had to even think about this. A quick look at the wiki says I'm probably going to go to kill terror birds because there's a pen of them in the gnome stronghold. I should be able to safe spot over the fence. Awesome, there's 18 Slayer, so now I can go knock out Ernst the chicken and then do animal magnetism. I got everything gathered up for animal magnetism, but I figure I want to get 50 range before I actually do the quest. That way, when I turn in everything and I get it all done, if I'm at 50 ranged, I'll get the green accumulator instead of the blue one, the green one being the better option. I ended up switching to the smaller crabs to be a little more AFK, and I just missed the pop-up, but there's 50 range, so now with that I'm actually going to go take care of animal magnetism, and I picked up an easy clue, so after the quest we're going to do that since my inventory will be a lot more cleared out. I know that some people aren't a fan of the HD plugin, but this has got to be like one of my favorite areas that it changes so much. Like the glow from the torches and the slime pool and everything. I don't know, it just looks better in my opinion. But again, I understand why some people just, they prefer that more nostalgic look to the game. And that's done with animal magnetism, and I get my Ava's accumulator. I can't store this in my house, sadly, but I am really happy to have this because it'll basically make like any range grind going forward pretty much AFK because I never really have to worry about ammunition, which cuts down on the gold I'm going to have to spend, or if I decide to craft my own in the future. So I am really happy to have this. I kind of realized I went on a huge quest spree, so I neglected my house and my costume room pretty hard because there were a lot of outfits and other things I wanted to fill it up with. So I think now that I've racked up how many quest points at this point? Yeah, I've racked up 58 quest points. I unlocked fairy rings. I got the accumulator. I got a few other things unlocked that were really helpful to me. So I think now it's time to actually turn around and get back to the costume room grind and start filling up those containers. I was just about to leave when I decided to check the first step of this easy clue that I got. And you know what? I am very glad I left before I checked. So let's see how fast I can get this one done. Let's see what the next step is. Another step I can absolutely do. Damn, that was only a 2-step easy clue. I'm actually really surprised too. I've done what, 4 easy clues now, I think? Let me see. Oh, it doesn't tell me. But either way, I haven't had a single item requirement on any of these easy clues. Like I know on beginner clues it's always something really simple, but well, anyway, let's see what I get. Oh, no way. That's actually really cool. And I can store that in my costume room. I have to be able to. That probably goes in the, what is it, the treasure chest or something? That's so cool. Yeah, that's really awesome to see. That's cool to get an easy clue unique. Not one of the better ones, but that's a really cool log slot. So, yeah, these clues are really starting to pay off. Oh, okay. I may have gotten a little sidetracked with just one more quest. I was looking to see what other quests could give me a really nice bump in attack, strength, or defense, and Dragon Slayer really was the only one I had left within, reason to the levels I have right now that would get me a really nice boost once I finished it up. So I thought, you know what? I'll go ahead and get this quest taken care of, cap off the whole thing for now, and then actually do what I said I was going to do and get back to working on filling up that costume room. So I'm going to go turn this dragon head in, finish the quest up, and then I can really actually get back to it. I never actually realized how many levels you can get just by doing quests. I've only ever played either on my main or like I've said, a lot of different Snowflake accounts and things like that. So to see myself, go from, level 1 to these kind of stats, really not doing anything but quests. It's so nice to know you can just cut down so much of the training time. I've always just done it, I guess what you would call the hard way, just sit around AFK, just killing the same monster. But yeah, it's nice to have stats like this and even hit a little bit of a higher total level after just doing nothing but quests and ending up with, 68 quest points. So again, yeah, I kind of deviated from the plan just a little bit about wanting to fill up the costume room containers and get like full void and a whole bunch of other things. But I'm thinking in the next episode, that is absolutely what I'm going to do because one of the biggest things I wanted to get, for example, was I do want to get full void. So I'm going to need level 70 combat anyway because the beginner boat only gives you 3 points a game, whereas the intermediate gives you 4 points a game. I think the difference between how many games I'd have to do is something like a little over 100. So that will help cut it down pretty well. And I know maybe at my lower levels, void won't be that useful until I train up a little bit more. But it would just be something nice to have. That way it's just sitting around in my house for whenever I need it, even when I get higher stats. So I think that's where I'll go ahead and call this episode. But next time around, I will absolutely get back on track and 100% focus on getting a bunch of different stuff pulled together for those costume containers.